All right, guys, today we are doing a follow-up day on yesterday's lesson. All you need is paper, pencil, and calculator. You are going to need to show me that you did all of the work on paper after you finish the ed puzzle. So you will need to write this down and you will need to show me. We are going to start with a couple examples. If you need to pause the video to copy this triangle down, do that now. All right, we want to find the missing angles, and this is not a straight up triangle problem. We need to use some of the information that we learned in the angles unit to figure out this angle right here first. We don't know what this angle is. See the triangle? This side is extended and this angle is an exterior angle. I need to find this angle before I can find x. Well, look, these two angles are a linear pair. Let's remember that a linear pair, I'm going to call this A. I can't call it x because that's x. We need to find angle A first. Well, a linear pair adds up to 180 or they are supplementary. So my equation is going to be A plus 112 equals 180. Now, how do I solve that? I subtract 112 from both sides, and I end up with x is 68. So A right here is 68 degrees. Now I can look at my triangle. The three angles in every triangle in the world add up to 180. So to find x, I will have x plus 68 plus 67 equals 180. I solve this by combining like terms on this side. Solve x plus 68 plus 67 is 135 equals 180. Subtract 135 from both sides, and we get x is 45. So this angle is 45 degrees. If you want to check that, you can add 45 plus 68 plus 67, and you will get 180. All right, similar type problem. Pause the video right now and copy this down on your paper. All right, we are looking for angle x. Here we have a quadrilateral, but we don't know what this angle is. But we know that this exterior angle is 94 degrees. So again, these two angles together, I'll call this A, have to add up to 180 because they are a linear pair. So A plus 94 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 94 from both sides, and you get A is 86. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to put right here 86 degrees. Now you're looking at this quadrilateral. So those four angles have to add up to 360. Okay, remember quadrilateral adds up to 360. So our equation will be x plus 120 plus 86 plus 60 equals 360. Now, guys, you should be writing this down right now. I need to see this work on your paper. So add these three together, and you have x plus 266 equals 360. Subtract 266 from both sides, and you end up with x is 94. That's 94. So if you want to check this, add 94 plus 120 plus 86 plus 60, and you get 360. All right, these were other problems that we did yesterday. This takes it up a notch. This says find x and then use that to find the measure of each angle in the triangle. All right, well, to find x, we know that the three angles in every triangle add up to 280 or 180. What am I saying? 180. So our equation will be 2x plus 3x plus 5 plus 40 equals 180. On the left side, we need to combine like terms. 2x plus 3x is 5x. 5 plus 40 is 45 equals 180. Solve this, subtract 45 from both sides, and we have 5x is 135. Divide both sides by 5, and we end up with x is 27. Okay, now we found x. X is 27. Let's go back and find the measures of our three angles. So the measure of angle A is 2x. Well, what did we just find x to be? We found it to be 27. So that's 2 times 27, which will give you 54 degrees. Let's find the measure of angle B. B is 3x plus 5. Well, x is 27. So it'll be 3 times 27 plus 5. Punch that into your calculator. 3 times 27 plus 5 is 86 degrees. And we don't need to find the measure of angle C because they gave that to us. It's 40. Now, how can I check to see if I'm right? Well, 54 plus 86 plus 40 does add up to 180. So you know you're right. Last example. Pause your video and copy this down. All right. Find x and then use that to find the measure of each angle in this quadrilateral. Okay, 4 sides is a quadrilateral. We know that all the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So our equation is going to be 80 plus 8x. I go right around, plus x plus 60 plus 6x plus 10 equals 360. All right, now when I solve this, let's add our x's together first. 8x plus x, remember that's 1x, plus 6x. That is 15x. 80 plus 60 plus 10 is 150. So plus 150 equals 360. Subtract 150 from both sides, and we get 15x equals 210. Divide both sides by 15, and you end up, 15, you end up with x is 14. Okay, so now we found x. Now, let's go back to our quadrilateral and find our missing angles. The measure of angle A is 80, because they gave that to us. The measure of angle B is 8x, but x is 14, so that means 8 times 14. And when you punch that into your calculator, you get 112 degrees. The measure of angle C is x plus 60. Well, x is 14. 14 plus 60 is 74 degrees. The measure of angle D is 6x plus 10. So 6 times 14 plus 10. And when you punch that into your calculator, you get 94 degrees. Now, if you check this, 80 plus 112 plus 74 plus 94, that does add up to 360. So you know you're right. All right. Now, the rest of this Ed puzzle will be graded for accuracy. It is worth 10 points, so I'm going to give you a score out of 10. Please do your best, and if you want to refer to your note packet, you can. All right. If you want to look in your notes, page 2 is where you will find what you need for this part. You're going to name the triangle according to the given information. Number 1, a triangle with side lengths 4, 6, and 8. Now, you can only name this according to side lengths. What is it called? Go. All right, well, this is a triangle that has 3 different sides, so that is called scalene. And we know nothing about the angles, so we cannot include any information. We can't call it acute, obtuse, or right. We don't know. Try number 2, a triangle with side lengths 4, 4, and 6. What is that called? Go. All right, you should have said that this is an isosceles triangle because it has 2 equal sides. Again, we don't know anything about the angles. Number 3, a triangle with side lengths 4, 4, and 4. Go. All right, you should have said that this is an equilateral triangle because it has 4 equal sides. All right, number 4. Now, the directions are going to, well, they're the same directions, but you have to listen to me. This triangle has angle measures 90, 45, and 45. So, for the rest of these problems, you should name them according to angles and sides. 2 words. Go. All right, this triangle has a 90-degree angle, so it is right. It's right. And it has 2 equal angles, so that means it has 2 equal sides. It will also be isosceles. Right isosceles. 2 names from here out. Number 5, a triangle that has angles 120, 40, and 20. Go. All right, well, 120 degrees is an obtuse angle. So you should have said obtuse. 3 different angles means 3 different sides. Scalene. So obtuse, scalene. Now, if you said scalene, obtuse, that is also fine. Number 6, a triangle that has angle measures 60, 60, and 60. You really only need 1 word for this triangle. Go. All right, you should have said that this is equilateral. Now, if you said acute equilateral, that would also be marked right, but you don't need to because everybody knows an equilateral triangle has 3 acute angles. All right, number 7, a triangle with angles 65, 65, and 50. Go. All right, you should have said all 3 angles are acute and 2 are the same, so it is isosceles. Acute isosceles. Okay, number 8, a triangle with angles 60, 61, and 59. Go. All right, all 3 are acute. All 3 are different, so acute scalene. All right, number 9. What are the possible values for the third side of this triangle? I'll call this X. Write your answer as an inequality. This side is 12 and this side is 18. Go. All right, well, if we want to find the possible values of the third side of a triangle, we take the 2 sides that are given, we add them. 18 plus 12 is 30, and 18 minus 12 is 6. So our third side X has to be greater than 6 and less than 30. There's your inequality. Remember, it's basically in between 6 and 30, and it cannot be 6 or 30. Okay, in number 10, find the missing angle in that triangle. Go. All right, number 10. You should write an equation. X plus 120 plus 42 equals 180 degrees. Remember, all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So on this side, 120 plus 42 is X plus 162. equals 180. Subtract 162 from both sides, and you end up with x is 18. So our missing angle is 18 degrees. I could check this by adding these three together, and you do get 180. Okay, find the missing angle in this triangle. Go. Well, this one takes the fact that this is a right angle. You need to know that that is 90 degrees. You need to do that first. So our equation will be x plus 90 plus 41 equals 180. 90 plus 41 is x plus 131 equals 180. Subtract 131 from both sides, and you end up with x is 49 degrees. Now, you could check this by adding 49, 41, and 90 together, and you will get 180. Okay, find the missing angle in that quadrilateral. Guys, this is 75. That's 75. Go. All right, our equation should be x plus 120 plus 75 plus 70 equals 360. Remember, all the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. All right, combine like terms on this side. You don't have anything to add to x, so x plus 120 plus 75 plus 70 is 265 equals 360. Subtract 265 from both sides, and we end up with x is 95. So if you check this, 95 plus 120 plus 70 plus 75, you do get 360. Okay, find the missing angle in this quadrilateral. Go. All right, your equation would be x plus, and guys, if you're not writing these equations down, you need to stop the video, go back and do it. I am going to check your work, and if I don't see these equations written, you're not getting credit. So x plus 62 plus 130 plus 61 equals 360. On this side, we don't have anything to add to x. 62 plus 130 plus 61 is 253 equals 360. Subtract 253 from both sides. Oops. And we get, x is 107. So that angle is 107 degrees. You can add all of these together, and you do get 360. All right. First thing I want you to do in this problem is find x. Go. All right. Well, what will the equation be to find x? 3x plus 6x plus 10 plus x equals 180. Because remember, all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Now, here we go. Combine like terms. 3x plus 6x plus x. Remember, that's 1x is 10x. We don't have anything to add to 10, so plus 10 equals 180. Solve this. We subtract 10 from both sides. 10x equals 170. Divide both sides by 10, and we get x is 17. Now, find the measure of angle A. Go. All right, measure of angle A is 3x, but we just found x to be 17. So that means 3 times 17 gives you 51 degrees. Find the measure of angle B. Go. All right, angle B is 6x plus 10, and we just found x to be 17. So 6 times 17 plus 10. You punch that into your calculator, you end up with 112 degrees. And last but not least, find the measure of angle C. Go. Well, angle C is easy. It's x. X is 17, so it's 17. If you add 51, 112, and 17, you do get 180, so you know you're right. Okay, 15. Use this quadrilateral. Find x. Go. All right, to find x, we're going to write an equation. 4x plus 3x plus 5 plus 40 plus x plus 15 equals 360. Remember, the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. All right, this is what your work should look like. 4x plus 3x plus x is 8x. Because remember, that's 1x. 5 plus 40 plus 15 is 60. So plus 60 equals 360. Subtract 60 from both sides, and I get 8x is 300. When I divide by 8, I get x is 37.5. Guys, keep that 37.5. Do not round it. Do not change it. We are looking for x. Now, find the measure of angle A. Go. Well, angle A is 4x. X is 37.5. So 4 times 37.5 gives you 1. I got to use my calculator. Sorry. 4 times 37.5 is 150. All right. Find the measure of angle B. Go. Well, angle B is 3x plus 5. So 3 times 37.5 plus 5. When you punch that into your calculator, you will get 117.5. And again, don't round that. Leave it. The measure of angle C. Go. Well, that one's easy. Right here. It's 40. Find the measure of angle D. Go. Well, D is x plus 15, and x is 37.5. So 37.5 plus 15 gives you 52.5. And if we want to check this, add 150 plus 117.5 plus 40 plus 52.5, and you do get exactly 360 degrees. All right. This problem is like the example that we did earlier today. You might want to look at your notes. We are looking for angle X. Go. All right, first thing we need to do, we need to find this angle right here. These two angles are a linear pair. So I'm going to call this A. A plus 110 equals 180. Subtract 110 from both sides, and we get A is 70. So this angle inside the triangle is 70 degrees. Now, here's our triangle. Find X. Go. Well, you should have already done this. So your equation would be X plus 70 plus 40 equals 180. So I'll have X plus 70 plus 40 is 110 degrees equals 180. Subtract 110, and I get X is 70 degrees. So you should have found X to be 70. All right. This is one like we did earlier and we just did now. Find X. Go. All right. Our equation. To find X, we need to find this missing angle. Well, these two are a linear pair. So I'm going to call this A. A plus 100 equals 180. Subtract 100 from both sides. This is probably a mental math problem. A is 80. So this angle inside this quadrilateral is 80 degrees. Now, the equation that you should have written now to find x is x plus 95 plus 68 plus 80 equals 360. Combine like terms on this side. Bring down our x. 95 plus 68 plus 80 gives you 243 equals 360. Subtract 243 from both sides, and you get x is 117. And if you check that, you can add these together and you do get 360. All right, guys, now you are going to continue along in your Google Classroom. Show Miss Terizzi the papers that you wrote all your work on.